Hey, good morning. All right, welcome to yet another episode of Reset Monday. You guys, I think this is like my third year. I think we're going into the fourth year of Reset Monday. I think I started this in 2021. Yeah, I have to go back and I have to look. Good morning, Bill. Morning, Gil. How's everybody doing this morning? Yeah, this was just wanted to come and connect on a weekly basis on resetting your goals. And I think I'm going into the fourth year. I'll confirm that. So I really should find out when my anniversary is. So we are here, Reset Monday. I'm going to tell you a quick little story. I have some good friends of mine and we communicate through a chat app. It's a video chat app called Marco Polo. And it allows us to communicate each and every day, even if we can't get on the phone, but it's a really great way to stay connected with each other. Good morning, Kathleen. Welcome in. And so she sent me a message this morning, and if she eats certain foods, it causes her blood pressure to go up. We're trying to figure that out. We're going to do some food sensitivity testing with her, do some labs, and try to figure this out with her. In the meantime, I had told her, I was like, just eat like this for now without going into detail. So she sends me this message and she says, she was taking a walk with her boyfriend and it was a beautiful day. She lives in South Florida in Miami, and they were in some little town, and she said, I had a couple glasses of wine and I ate something I shouldn't have. And she said, I feel like crap. And she's like, I'm mad at myself. And I responded back to her and I said, well, then you need to come on to Reset Monday, because that's what it's all about, is that it's not going to look perfect. And we're going to want to sit down and have a glass of wine on a beautiful day. Not so much here in Michigan. It's kind of gloomy. But Bill can attest to that. We saw the sun yesterday, and it was beautiful yesterday. Not so much today. So that's what Reset Monday is all about. It's the opportunity to jump back in, not beat yourself up, not feel guilty over the decisions you've made, but to reset and realign and renew. And so I hope that you find a little bit of comfort. If you start thinking on the weekend that you're indulging in something that maybe isn't in your best interest, and maybe you can say, I gotta jump on to Reset Monday. Or you remind your friends, invite your friends in. Okay, you got to check out Dr. Paula's Reset Monday as you're sitting on a Friday night, drinking a glass of wine and eating pizza. All right, so if you could do that for me, invite your friends over. And I'm not here to judge. I'm here to love and support. Hey, Uncle Al, how are you? Nice to see you. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about today, when we talk about resetting, renewing, realigning, staying on task with your goals, or staying on track, having the goal in mind, but then what's the path that you're taking to get there? And again, the path is never a straight line. We have curves and hey, Dr. Erica, there she is. Yes, LFG and GSD. Yes, let's effing go. And GSD is just get stuff done. So yes, we are on for Reset Monday, talking about community, Dr. Erica. And I was actually going to mention a little bit about our event that we had this weekend. Good morning, Bohemian. Thanks for being here. I always appreciate seeing you on here. So we talked about having accountability partners, having a person, whether it's a spouse, a coworker, a loved one, somebody that you can connect with. And oftentimes having just one person is valuable. However, maybe that person, they go on vacation, or they have, a sick child at home. They have to stay home. They can't go for a walk today, or, and making that accountability connection is a little more challenging for them. So this is where building a community comes in. And you want to make sure that you build a strong community, because if you have a hub of people that are really close to you, that really know your goals and your values, and this is, Dr. Erica and I left her a message on the Marco Polo app. I was just telling them about Marco Polo. I left her a message this morning because we are so, she and I are so grateful that we have connected, that we have aligned in our ability to support each other as chiropractors, as women in life, be cheerleaders for each other. When you are in solo practice, there's really not too many people around patting you on the back going, great job. So to have a community of people, and this is for everybody, when you have, you often feel like you're on an island and that you're alone on that island and you don't have the support and the love that you need, or a cheerleader by your side, or a group of cheerleaders by your side. And that's often why people fall off the rails with their goals. We can never get to our goal without a team of people around us, surrounding us, loving and supporting us to help us get there. We need somebody to be there and give us a round of applause, or again, just say, no, reset that. Again, that's why Reset Monday is here. I'm here to give you that round of applause to help you, to make sure that we get you back on track. So your community can be your accountability group, and then you can have individual people within that group that you can always reach to. So for community, and I'll get to us as our chiropractic community, but in our community, or for you, that could be, you could join a gym where you go to classes. Okay, so that's a community. That creates community. That's accountability. That's a thing that happens on a specific day at a specific time that forces you to be there. That's accountability, because people are going to expect to see you. There are community centers that you can join. There are groups like this. So if you're like, well, I'm not a gym person, I'm not a community center person. Personally, I think you need to get out and be in a physical room with people. We need to be connecting as humans, and that's really where our best place for growth is when we are in person connecting. Depression, suicide skyrocketed during this crazy, last couple of years. Something weird happened in the world, and I hate to even say it. So it was ridiculous to remove the ability to be in community together in person. So figure out how to get in person to get in community. And then that should be your first goal, because that also allows you to expand your network and allows you to meet more people who are sharing those same values as you do, or sharing similar goals. So that can also be clubs. Something weird happened in the world. Yes, I don't know. Something weird happened. I can't even say it. I have this thing that every time somebody says what that weird thing was, they owe me $1. That's how I'm going to make my millions, is that every time somebody says that word, they owe me $1. So I could just sit back and collect money all day long on that one. Right. So, yes. Community is so important. We don't really do that anymore. Awesome first goal for sure. The other thing is clubs. So a walking club, a biking club, a running club, a knitting club. It doesn't have to be something physical, but to get back into a social connection with people that is one of the healthiest things that we can do as humans, is to be in social connection with people. Yes. So find a club. Maybe you already knit. Maybe you want to learn to knit. And you guys, there are, like, if you look at the club, there are clubs that are so specific for people, like people who collect tiny little Civil War soldiers. There are clubs for that. I have a patient who's it's like Sisters of the Civil War, or Daughters of the Civil War, something. Anyway, it's a group where they get together and they talk about their lineage and they put together their historical data for as families for their genetic lines from the Civil War era. So and related to people that were in the Civil War. There are clubs for everything. So I really want to encourage you to get out and connect and collect a community of people, because having an accountability partner is amazing. And there are people within that community that will rise to the top for you, that will be like your go-to people. Dr. Erica's, she's one of my top go-to people. And so what was interesting was in our conversation, hey, Urban Gardening, nice to see you. Hey, you guys, hit that thumbs up for me, please. And if you wouldn't mind sharing this on the community page, I would appreciate that. So I have a community of people. I know a lot of chiropractors, all right? So Dr. Erica actually made this observation. She's like, well, you've been connected and had a close community of chiropractor friends that have been, locally, who've been very supportive. And this was actually an observation that she made. So I know a lot of local chiropractors. I know a lot of chiropractors around the country. However, the chiropractors who I know here locally, we don't connect. I mean, they're good friends, but we don't connect like Dr. Erica and I connect with, which is why you see Dr. Erica and I on Chiropractic is Sexy every Thursday at 1:00. Shameless plug there, right? Okay. And we are going to be branching off and creating our own page for Chiropractic is Sexy and building and growing on that. So guess what community I'm going to look to help us with that? You guys, right? So I've built this community here with the help of other communities, and then we're going to use that to build another community. So you see how communities are so powerful because they just reach and lift you. And so you can know a lot of people, and that's great. Knowing a lot of people helps you filter the cream to the top. Find your community, and then find the best people in that community that you really connect with and resonate with. I have some friends. This is an interesting story as well, that I have a good friend who, we connect with here locally. We were doing a lot of things together, hanging out, and then they got involved with someone in business. It's actually a couple of friends, and got involved with somebody in business. And I met this person, and I was like, I just didn't connect with that person. I was like, there's something there that does not feel like it's just, I don't know, it's an energy thing. Do you ever get that? You get around people and you're like, oh, I just don't like that person's energy. So this other friend of mine is doing a lot of things with this other person that I know just through that person. And notice I'm not being gender specific. And I don't resonate with that other person. So I've actually felt like I needed to distance myself from this other good friend. Not that I don't want to be friends with them anymore, but again, I question decisions that people make based on, if I'm not resonating with somebody, they must, and that's great for them. But then I have the ability to put up my own boundaries. So it's okay to ebb and flow with the people in your life, right? People come into your lives for a season, a reason, or a lifetime. I think Dr. Erica is she's one of my lifetime people here, I would say, for sure. So, urban gardening. Yes, I don't like people. I know. And I wasn't feeling great yesterday. So I pretty much just laid on the couch, but I did have an opportunity to go hang out with another good friend of mine who's a chiropractor. But it was a luncheon with a lot of people, and her husband's in town. And I would have jumped at the opportunity to go hang out with her, but I did not feel like peopling yesterday. I needed to rest my brain, rest my body. Everybody's sick, and I don't participate in sick. But I was very, my energy was very low. So I had to protect that. So, Gil, nice. Okay. All right. So protect your back, go get adjusted. Yes. Hey, Ginger Ninja, nice to see you. Thanks so much for being here. So that's my lesson for today is find yourself a community group. And again, YouTube communities are amazing and you guys are incredible. And I look forward every time I come on to see all of you because, and Dr. Erica and I were on Garden State Gardener's channel last night, and the community that Garden State has, and a lot of you were over there in that chat. And we feel so incredibly supported. Like, you have to understand what that does for us. That is fuel for us. And so it will feel the same for you when you get around a community of people that just lift you, that engage with you, that want to know more about you, that are interested and they're interesting, and they have a genuine connection. So that fuels us. And so that's why I want you to have more than one person and look around in your life. You know, there was a friend of mine, good friend of mine, said she heard it was a commencement speech, and it talked about the 5 people in your life, and that everyone should have at least 5 people that they can call on, look to, connect with for anything and everything in their lives. And she, you know, was super honored because she said, I'm one of her 5, and she's one of my 5. I feel incredibly fortunate though, because I have way more than 5. So how many people, if you're looking around, you're like, well, I really only have 1 or 2 people that I could like share my deep, dark secrets with, then, you know, ask yourself why, because maybe you just haven't attracted more of those people into your life. And I truly believe we can have a multitude of people who fuel us, who support us, who love us, who will connect with us, who will cheer us on. And we can have far more than 5. So get out and go find the community, get around people with common interests, because that is actually one of the best things that you can do for your health, your mental wellness, mental, emotional well-being, is to feel that social connection with people. So I want to know, what is it you're going to do? What community are you going to connect with next? How will you build your current community? And let me know what you're going to do in person and or here on this platform. If you're a creator, how will you go build your community as a creator? So, and yes. And thank you so much, Bohemian. Yeah, I had to just step out yesterday. I had my live at 6, and full transparency, I left my message to Dr. Erica today. I said, I felt I was so exhausted. I dragged myself off the couch last night to be here with you guys, to do my live last night. I was exhausted. My brain was tired. I felt very disconnected in my brain, not with you all, but you all coming into the chat again just helped fuel me. But I had to have my list close by so that I stayed on task, because I wasn't able. Things were not flowing from my brain. My brain was tired. So it's okay to step back and give yourself that opportunity to reset. I hope none of you felt my brain disconnecting last night. If you were on that live, thank you so much for being there to support me and not knowing that I was on the struggle bus last night. But then we jumped on with Garden State Gardener, and of course, connecting again, community. It fueled me. It gave me energy, and it felt amazing. So, and then when we were done, I went to bed. So, but again, that's the power of community. So get out, find your community in person, online, but always, if it's an online community, that's great, because there are good ones on here, but make sure you are still connecting with people in person. So, all right, you guys, I got to jump, phone's ringing, and I'm going to go heal the world. So thanks for being here for Reset Monday. Don't forget to subscribe, share, And I'll see you Thursday for Chiropractic is Sexy. See you later. Love you all. Bye.